Serhiy Cherevati, spokesperson for the Eastern Group of Troops of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, said this on Ukraine's television, Ukrinform reports. Our drone, rocket forces and artillery hit different targets, first of all, large concentrations of the enemy, personnel, as was the case this time, equipment, as well as warehouses with weapons, ammunition, and fuel. Today, 2 warehouses with ammunition were destroyed in the Bakhmut area, one in the Avdiivka area and another in the Lyman area, Cherevati said. He added that in fact, relatively high-precision weapons systems such as HIMARS and MLRS hunt enemy targets and achieve unique sniper accuracy, which can be confirmed by recent events in Makivka. When asked whether it was a mistake for the invaders to use mobile phones with geolocation in Makivka, Cherevati noted that the use of mobile phones was, of course, a mistake, but it was not comparable to the command's decision to deploy a large number of personnel in one place. The enemy was not able to covertly deploy its personnel, and Ukrainian intelligence used it, Cherevati said. He added that at present, the invaders cannot afford to unload large batches of artillery shells closer than 100 kilometers from the front line. Cherevati noted that despite heavy losses near Bakhmut, the enemy continues attacking the positions of the Ukrainian armed forces. Over the past 24 hours, the enemy launched 238 strikes with various fire systems, tanks. There were 22 combat clashes. The enemy lost 142 killed and 204 wounded, the spokesman said. The relevant statement was made by Deputy Head of the Office of the President of Ukraine Kyrylo Tymoshenko on Telegram, and Ukrinform correspondent reports. Today Kryvyi Rih has been struck, according to the preliminary data, with 8 Russian cruise missiles. It is a terrorist attack on our people, on a specific city. The missiles targeted the structures, which are critically important to people, Tymoshenko wrote. In his words, the Russian military aimed missiles at hydraulic structures for obvious reasons, to create an emergency situation. They do not bother if people remain without water, or the city gets flooded. They need our panic, in which it will be difficult to make decisions. Thus, do not panic, Tymoshenko added. According to Tymoshenko, emergency services are working at the scene. Most importantly, there are no casualties among civilians. The situation is under control, Tymoshenko noted. A reminder that, around 5 p.m., September 14, 2022, the Russian military fired Kh-101 cruise missiles from aircraft at the city of Kryvyi Rih and its outskirts. The relevant video was posted by Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Ukraine Valery Zaluzhny on Facebook, and Ukrinform correspondent reports. The military art loves those who are brave and true. Now the trophy weapons and equipment are working against our blood enemy, Zaluzhny wrote. The war trophies were captured when assaulting Russian positions near such settlements as Novohusarivka, Shorivka and Bayraktar in the Kharkiv region. Many equipment units have already been sent to the front line to meet the needs of the Ukrainian army. A reminder that about 30% of the Kharkiv region had been under Russian occupation. During the full-scale offensive, the armed forces of Ukraine liberated more than 300 settlements, including Balaklia, Izium, Kupiansk, Vovchansk, Veliky Berlik, Shevchenkov and Dvorichna. Russian telegram channels reported a strong explosion and a fire, while Russia's state-run RIA Novosti news agency, citing the defense ministry, said air defenses downed a Ukrainian drone heading towards the base. Engels Air Base is located about 600 kilometers northeast of the Ukrainian border. Delivering a symbolic blow, this second long-range attack on one of Russia's most strategically important bases, home to nuclear-capable bombers, came on the same day the Russian army was celebrating the 107th anniversary of the creation of its air defense units. The previous attack happened on December 5. New York Times has reported that Ukraine carried out the attack with drones and the help of a military reconnaissance unit coordinating it deep inside Russian territory. Russian authorities claimed that attack damaged 2 planes, killed 3 servicemen and wounded 4 others. On Monday, locals reported a strong blast in the same airfield, but the Russian Defense Ministry claimed no significant damage was done to its aircraft. Ukraine has not taken responsibility for either strike. There is absolutely no threat to residents. Civil infrastructure facilities were not damaged, Roman Busargin, governor of the Saratov region, said in a statement. Law enforcement agencies have been investigating the incident at a military facility. Busargin also issued a warning about criminal liability for spreading false information, claiming that news on the incident published in media and by citizens will be promptly sent to law enforcement agencies. Engels Airfield is a base for Russian strategic bombers used to carry missile strikes against Ukraine. In addition, those bombers are also a part of Russia's nuclear triad, as they can carry nuclear warheads. Ukraine's capital has been targeted by a wave of drone attacks by Russia's military that again struck critical infrastructure. About 20 drones were deployed to Kyiv and the surrounding area early Monday, according to officials, with air defense systems destroying about 15 of the unmanned aerial vehicles. Air raid sirens blasted in the early morning before the sky was declared clear at 5:50 a.m., 7:50 Greenwich Mean Time. Russia's drone attack caused fairly serious damage in Kyiv and 3 areas were left without power supply, Governor Oleksiy Kulyba said. Russia unleashed 35 kamikaze drones as many people slept, hitting critical infrastructure in and around Kyiv in Moscow's third air attack on the Ukrainian capital in 6 days. The Kyiv city administration said on its Telegram account that a critical infrastructure point was hit, but did not provide further details. The enemy is attacking the capital, the administration said. Russian forces were using barrage ammunition from Shaheds, Iran-made drones that have pummeled Kyiv and other cities in recent weeks, it said. Kyiv Mayor Vitaly Klitschko confirmed on Monday that explosions had occurred. As a result of the attack on the capital, critical infrastructure facilities were damaged, Klitschko said on the Telegram messaging app. Energy and heating engineers are working to quickly stabilize the situation with energy and heat supply. Kulyba also reported private houses were also hit and at least 2 people were injured. No deaths were reported. Although the capital seemed the main target of the latest Russian attacks, Ukraine's military said other places in the country were also hit. The Air Force said on Telegram it was able to destroy 30 of at least 35 self-explosives drones Russia launched across the country from the eastern side of the Azov Sea. The attack follows a Russian bombardment of several cities, including Kyiv, on Friday that triggered widespread power outages and plunged swaths of Ukraine into darkness in the cold winter temperatures. Russia has increasingly relied on large-scale aerial attacks in its invasion of Ukraine, which began on February 24, after a series of battlefield setbacks.